Yeah, g'day guys, and welcome to this live stream. Could somebody please give me feedback in the comment section whether the audio is working okay? And I'll just bring in our special guest. Yeah, g'day. Thanks for joining our live stream. I'm Mark.
Hi, I'm Stefan.
So, the intent today is we're going to have a bit of a chat, and then at the end we want to do a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we'll try and get to them at the end. But first, let's start at the start. I grew up in kind of a tradesman family. My dad was a boilermaker, my mum apprenticed as a nurse, so they always encouraged sort of trades and stuff. What was it like with you, Stefan?
My dad was a toolmaker.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
My mom is a butcher, and my brother is a radio and television technician.
Okay.
And grandpa was a masonry man, so we always were tradespeople. But funnily enough, my dad didn't encourage me to go into the trades.
Okay. What was the other option? What were you considering?
He would have preferred me to get a higher education because at the time when he grew up, the trades were not paid that great.
Right, yeah. Do you think once everybody else stops being able to work with their hands, that the value of trades are going to go through the roof? We all hope, right?
ChatGPT is not going to tile your kitchen, I guess.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. What sort of school system did you go through? Because in Austria, they have that division into like university high schools, trade schools, kind of more general, shorter high schools. In New Zealand, it was just high school. Finish high school, go do something else.
After I'm not sure how the English terms for it. Grundschule and Hauptschule.
Yep.
Elementary school and what's after it.
Yep.
I went to the Realschule, which is a little bit higher degree.
Yep.
It's 10 classes.
Okay.
And then I had a little detour trying to qualify for studying.
Yep.
That didn't work out. And then applied for apprenticeship. So apprenticeship in Germany is a dual system. You are with a company. You are employee of the company, but they train you the first 3.5 years. And also during that time, you go to a school that's owned by the government. So a trade school.
Like a night school thing, or more just certain days in the school, certain days in the company?
It's either certain days or it's in blocks. We had a block system, so 4 weeks at the company, either in the apprentice shop or down in the company actually working, and the other block, like 2 weeks school.
Okay. Yeah, I of course just assumed I was going to become a fighter pilot, and the way the military fills all of its ranks is everyone thinks they're going to be a fighter pilot, and then you fail down to your level. And I had a astigmatism, so they offered me aircraft mechanic, and then I was in the military trade school, so you sort of also do the same. Sometime you're in education, sometimes you're out on the tools, and you sort of go bounce back and forth. Yeah. And
But
you did serve your time as a tool maker?
no, actually, it's called Mechatroniker in Germany, which is kind of an automation mechanic.
Right, so you do all of that electrical systems integration,
Yes,
that sort of stuff as well.
I can do the wiring of a PLC. I can a little bit programming, but we're also mechanics and machinists.
Yeah, that's valuable. We had a very strict separation between avionics and blackhanders, mechanics. And the whole electrical side, I got almost nothing. And that's turned out afterwards, especially once I started playing with CNC machines, that's a bit of a disadvantage, yeah. So in your apprenticeship, you were with a large company, were you?
Yes, I think it was Siemens.
Yep. Did they tend to have like a mentoring system that you're sort of stuck with one group or one person to mentor, or?
Yes. So the apprenticeship works like you are assigned as a group, like 20 people, to a master.
Yep.
I don't know if that translates correctly to English. The
Yeah.
German Meister.
Yeah. That's once you can do an apprenticeship, and then there's an add-on later. The Meisterprüfung is kind
Yes.
of your, yeah. That's same in Austria, but I don't think the English-speaking world really does that. Yeah.
Basically one step over the tradesman.
Yep. So you do the entire apprenticeship under one Meister?
Yes, he's doing all the organizational stuff, but also our master was a tool maker, so he took over the mechanical side of the apprenticeship. He trained us benchwork, filing, sawing.
Yep.
Then we had a separate person who trained us on the machines, lathe mill, surface grinder, and so on, for all the different tasks.
Yep. I guess at Siemens, you would have done, briefly all the manual stuff and then quite quickly move into CNC, or not so much?
Funnily enough, not. It was mostly manual. The CNC education in Germany at the time was in the apprenticeship is very short. It's like 2 weeks or 4 weeks for Mechatroniker.
Oh.
Because we're not expected to run CNC machines, really. It's more like we are, you have a Kerntasse.
Oh yeah, that was a gift, yeah.
We are more meant to do the assembly and do a little bit of machining on the side for fitting and assembly purposes. So we're
in the apprenticeship. When you guys like screwed up, like left a chuck key, and what were the penalties?
No real penalties, like getting beaten with a stick, which wouldn't hurt sometimes, but you would get a very stern.
Yeah. No, we had a probably 2-meter pink chuck key made out of wood, and if you got busted, you had to run around the hangar. And of course, all of the classrooms were at the bottom, so all the students would see this chuck key running past the windows. Yeah, that was one of our penalties.
That's very military.
Yeah. Did you ever get involved with like mentoring and training apprentices once you'd graduated from?
Yes, a little bit. When the last department I worked in was special machine building, where we built the in-house automation, and we got apprentices regularly. And yeah, I had a little bit of my hand in. You just get them assigned for a few days, and they walk around with you. You show them stuff, and you give them, if possible, work that they can do on their own.
You've got a very good approach to teaching. I think your effect on the whole internet is probably far more you've affected a lot more people than you did in the apprenticeship system, I guess.
In person, I get very impatient.
Yeah, that's the advantage of editing, huh?
That's. I'm not a very good real life teacher.
No, I guess I was assigned a colleague a few years ago, Florian. We shared an office together, and in the training to be an aircraft inspector, we finish off with a big board exam, like 3 people just grilling him for a day, everything he knows. And I already like kind of threatened him throughout his training that I was going to have him on the blackboard teaching why is rocket thrust given in seconds, and he had to do the calculations in imperial, slug seconds per foot or something. And the funniest thing is, once he finished his panel exam and had passed it, he pulled me aside, grabbed a whiteboard, and showed me it. He had actually learnt it himself for that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, right. New Zealand is both systems of measurement, is it?
Yeah, we switched in 1971. And so, of course, my dad, with all that British equipment, all of the lathes were Dean Smith and Grace and stuff. He worked on, I think he served his time on the Ministry of Works, like sort of road building equipment stuff. Mm-hmm. So my dad never really made the switch. He was always imperial. A lot of the tools I've inherited from are also imperial. Mm-hmm. And of course, aviation's mostly imperial. All the American aircraft are.
Oh, right.
Even Boeing, everything's imperial. Mm-hmm. We did have aeromeches, which were metric airframe components. Like the American stuff, like hydraulics, were across flex, UNF, UNC. And the Rolls-Royce engines had a royal dispensation to keep using Whitworth.
Oh,
you needed every tool ever made. Sponsored by Snap-on. Yeah.
Oh no.
Did you ever actually work in like real series production, high volume production?
Only in a supporting role, like building the equipment for mass production. All our automation equipment that we built is for high production, but I never did like production CNC machining.
So when you're setting up a production line, what sort of timescales do you get in a big company like that?
We usually got, if we built a single machine that did like putting a few parts together, and usually you have inline inspection, half a year.
Oh, wow. Yep.
And that's from there is nothing on the shop floor to the machine is on site and installed. We did the install too. So that was always very exciting when you got to move your finished machine onto the shop floor, bolt it down, and try to get it running.
Was it always single machines or also like whole production streets of...
Both.
Wow.
Many of our machines had a modular approach, so you had individual machines that were chained together, but we also had things that were just one big machine.
Yep. Were these mostly like mill lathe turning centers, or often more pick and place, or?
It's mostly assembly of injection molded and stamped parts.
Okay.
So you start with a bowl of parts.
Yep.
And the machine would assemble them.
Pretty cool stuff, huh?
Yes, and an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So, I guess you get a completely finished set of drawings, build it all, and then it doesn't work, right?
Well, you get a set of drawings that's mostly wrong, and it doesn't match the set of 3D models, and the parts you get machined are also not matching anything.
Right.
So it's nightmare end to end.
Yeah, and by then, of course, the 6 months have been consumed, and it's 2 weeks to go live, right?
We had usually on larger lines, we had like 4 weeks of from setting it up to get it into production mode.
Right. Yeah. Did you guys then also have to do the training of the actual operators, or someone else?
Yes, on the mechanical side, yes, and we had separate PLC programmers which worked together with us, and they did the training for actually operating the machine.
Yep.
We mostly trained the maintenance people.
Right, sure. They have to keep it working.
How to work on the robot arms, change grippers, or adjust sensors.
Cool. Did you ever work in shift work?
Yes. Before I went into the special machine building division, I was prototype machinist.
Yeah.
Running a CNC mill, doing all CAD CAM myself, and that was 2 shift. So it would be from 6 to 14.
Yeah.
And second shift would be from 14 to 22.
Okay.
In the evening.
Still, yeah.
It's very reasonable.
So you never had to do like graveyard shifts. The reason I'm asking is I make so many mistakes on my CNC in the aware and awake part of the afternoon. I can't imagine running a CNC machine at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'm a night owl, so for me it's the evening hours are where I'm most I can focus the best on the actual work. The early shift was really hard for me too, and it was tricky. But also in the second shift, I let the machine run unattended very often and just go home at 10.
Right.
So you would program it, not don't test run it. You just simulate it and walk home. And the first few times that was really nerve-wracking. And sometimes I was at the Autobahn in the car, and oh wow, I forgot something. Turned around. Well, took the exit, of course. Went back and changed the setup.
Wow. Yeah, I did a couple of years of shift work because, of course, aviation, the aircraft sit at night and fly during the day, a lot of them. I hated it. I remember like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, middle of winter, 20 below freezing, the wind's blowing like dry snow up around you. You're in a cherry picker trying to change winglet lights or something, going, there's got to be a bit better job than this. It's pretty brutal.
I never had to work outside, really.
Yeah, that's because I remember I had 3 shifts in a row. Like night shifts were always 12 hours, so 6:30 till 6:30. 3 shifts in a row where I just spent the whole night in autumn lying on a piece of cardboard under the landing gear of a 767 changing brake bolts, some service bulletin. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, the glamour of aviation.
But I was thinking it was all in a warm hangar inside.
Yeah, nah, no way. No, the hangar's way smaller than the fleet of aircraft. Only when things, an engine change or something you do in the hangar, but everything else, all the little stuff, you just out on the line. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in all weather. Yeah. What's like the most complex machine you've ever like run and worked on? Because I see like Peter of Edge Precision's got that whatever 7-axis Mazak.
The mill-turn machine.
So what was your most complex?
A 3-axis CNC mill, to be honest. I have never done anything. Let me think. Oh wait, no. All I ever ran was 3-axis CNC machines.
Okay, so but with fourth and fifth axes occasionally, or really just
nope. We had a 4th axis for one of the Datrons, and I played around with it, but I never had really work for it.
Okay.
Which in hindsight was super stupid because I could have put a lot of work on the fourth axis.
Sure, yeah.
All our machines, the entire machining department was all 3-axis CNC mills. We had one 5-axis for graphite machining for EDM electrodes.
Okay.
For sinker EDM electrodes.
Yep. Cool.
But I think the most complicated machine that I ever set up is a manual milling machines, to be honest, because we often had to do odd things.
Right. Yeah.
With the decal, with the horizontal spindles, with tilted heads, with tilted tables.
Did their tool room have basically the entire decal catalog, like sitting on the shelf ready for you?
It used to be like that, but it got less and less. We used to have one machinist that did only manual milling, but he retired, and then they got rid of the mill. We had a few in the actual machining department. There was still one manual mill, and most of the surface grinders were manual. In the machine building department, we had our own small machine pool. We had like 2 decal milling machines, a lathe, a sheet metal brake, a shear, a few drill presses. Just a small department tool room.
Yep. Did you guys do your own maintenance on the tool room machines? Sure, yeah.
Yes, I was responsible for those machines.
Okay, cool.
And I tried to keep them in a good condition.
Yeah. It's not always easy, huh? When other people are working.
It's really not easy. If we had a machine install, we had to. Time we were under a time crunch, and there was no time to clean up or something like that. You just wipe the table, put on the next thing.
Sure. Did you have 3XE machines with automatic tool changes, or was it?
When I did prototype machining, yes. The Datron had like a tool changer, and our machining department that does real machining has all vertical machining centers.
Right. I guess the Datrons have that linear tool changer at the back, don't they?
The older one had a strip of tools on the side, and the newer ones have 2 drawers in the back that slide out and just present all the tools.
So was it a big enough tool changer that you're pretty much most of the tools you use are dialed in, or were you still constantly having to change tools? And
for every job is what it was like, set it up completely new.
Okay.
It was a 22 tool changer, and it was very hard to standardize. I had like tool 21 and 22 standardized, like a 6mm end mill and a 10mm for surfacing.
Yep.
And everything else was always special.
Well, I'm glad to hear that the professionals have that as well, because I mean, I've only got maybe 15 tool changes for the Maho, and I've only got 6 or 7 for the Schaublin, and whatever I need is never loaded. Never.
With my CNC mill here in the shop, it's a little bit different. I standardized on 10 default tools.
Yep.
For my recurring work, for stuff that shows up repeatable, and then I have a bunch of tool holders that I reset if needed.
That 10 set of basics, that must save you so much time.
It's super nice. If I grab right here, there is tool number 6. That's always a 1mm 3-flute carbide end mill, and I have it with the tool holder, the stick out, and everything in Fusion.
Yep.
So it also simulates correctly.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Tool changes. Oh, yeah. So what is the most memorable scrap part you ever made? Well, you're thinking, in my apprenticeship, I was doing a flap skin replacement on a A4 Skyfork. This thing had it was probably probably four or 5 feet long, had about 1,000 holes in it. And after all the holes were drilled, I had to go through with a dimpling machine where the dimple dies went down, heated the aluminium, and then pressed the dimple. 1,000 dimples, and somewhere about number 700, I'm like, psh, oh wait, no, that's not in the hole, but it hasn't. And I look, and I punched a dimple in the middle of the skin. And it was Apprenticeship, and the master just came over and took one look at it and said, in the scrap bin, start again.
Oh no.
The military, you just throw it out. Yeah.
So I never, the scrap I produced was never expensive from a material standpoint, but from a time standpoint.
Mm.
I did one where I used the wrong 3D model.
Oh.
That was prototype machining some parts out of glass fiber reinforced polyamide.
Yep.
And it was really a big project. Like, I think we calculated 100 hours for it in total.
Wow. Yep.
And halfway through it, we noticed that I used one older iteration of the 3D model.
Oh, wow.
That was embarrassing. But I think that was, in total, the most expensive from a time standpoint.
Yeah.
Crash-wise, well, the occasional crashed end mill. I crashed the Datron really bad one time. I had a small face mill in the spindle, like a 16 millimeter indexable end mill, and I just rapided it down into the table.
Okay, I know what that feels like. I've done that.
That's painful.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing that I ever witnessed, I was fortunately only part of it in the repair. We built the machine with a large KUKA robot, and the engineer designed the foundation plate, which was a 40 millimeter steel plate, and a colleague placed it down on the shop floor, drilled the holes, used the chemical anchors to stick it down, and then he realized that it was 180 degrees rotated. That was a good laugh. And getting those chemical anchors out of the ground is really tough.
Oh, yeah. They hold well.
We ended up to cut them flush. And move over a little bit.
Yep. Paint over it.
Yeah.
Have you ever made aerospace parts?
Yes.
Big paperwork trail?
No.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely not, because that work was given to me by an engineer who covered all the paperwork.
Right, okay.
So I was only a subcontractor for him. And those parts are going to Mars at some point in time.
Oh, wow.
That's going with the ExoMars mission.
Far out. That is cool, huh?
It's super cool. And last week I made parts that belong to a plane.
Yep. Cool.
I'm not sure about the details yet, but I can show the parts, and I will do. I filmed it, so there will be a video on it.
Obviously,
I have a 3D print of the part here. That's what it looks like.
I'm always curious because there's obviously a range. There's some part on the holds the tray table on the passenger seat. Who cares? But engine discs. I would assume that we don't allow the machinist any freedom. I'm assuming it's a controlled G code, feeds and speeds as tested, no overriding, no change, tools for a specific life, send them out for regrinding. But I'm not sure. I've never been into a shop that actually does this stuff.
The drawing was very strict. It had very strict callouts on thread fits and surface finishes.
Yep.
There was a very precise taper angle on the part that needed to be spot on. And also had to do an inspection sheet.
Right. Yep.
But apart from that, it was not too bad.
Okay.
The material had to be with a material certificate, if I remember correctly.
Yep. But I guess that was all supplied to you, or did you have to source it yourself?
No, correction. The material was supplied.
Right. Yeah.
For the Mars parts.
Yeah. No, that's going to be cool. I hope you heard about that Mars lander 20 years ago where there was a metric Imperial and the thing crashed and I think the parachute didn't open or something. It's like,
yeah, it had a very hard landing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah.
Well, it made it to Mars.
Yeah. How many setups was that part?
The Mars parts.
Yeah.
Or the bracket that I just did.
Or the Mars parts.
That was the lathe part. That's even on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
It's flux capacitor screws it's called. Those are parts of ExoMars. And that was lathe parts. 2 lathe setups and a little bit of milling and drilling.
Okay. Cool.
So not very bad, but very small and just funny.
Hey, I see that you use that punch form an incredible amount.
Yes.
Yeah. It's is that kind of almost your main 4th axis?
Yes, if I need to rotate something on the CNC mill, to flip it around, I use it there as a 4th axis. I use it on the grinder a lot, and I use it sometimes on the milling machine and just, for example, grab it in a vise and tilt it if needed. It's just a very precise spindle. Yeah.
Nice tool, huh?
When
are we going to see a video on it?
I'm planning to do one. I have a blog post up in German at least.
Yep, I saw that. That's great. The other thing, because I see you use that punch grinder a lot, effectively with your surface grinder to give you your cylindrical grinding capabilities.
Yes.
How limiting is that? Do you feel often the need really for a full, small cylindrical grinder, or it's not a machine you'd look to get?
There are not many small surface cylindrical grinders. Yeah. And then you have the problem that most of them don't have ID grinding capabilities.
Yeah. But I mean, the Myfords, true.
Well, even the Myfords, machine.
They're still pretty chunky, yeah.
Yeah, that's a chunky machine.
Yeah. There's that nice little, was it Belling and Lunker that's being restored by David. That's pretty tiny, but it's a pretty rare machine, rare. I think.
I think surface grinder with a spin fixture, and as a second option, the centering fixture with 2 dead centers is, for a tool room, the most approachable solution to get round parts.
Right. I guess you also hard turn instead of grinding a reasonable amount, do you?
Yes. But for example, last year I made I needed a gauge pin with a certain diameter.
Yeah.
And I just ground it with the spin fixture out of an end mill shank.
Yeah.
That was before I bought the 100 boxes of gauge pins above my head.
You'll never ever need a gauge pin again.
It's brilliant.
What motivated you to start the YouTube channel?
At the time, I was watching Keith Fenner. Keith Fenner, he was doing like line boring on his lathe and showing broaching. I remember the first video I saw was broaching a key slot in a tapered ship propeller bore. And I was thinking, oh, that's interesting. Then I watched all his videos, and then, well, I might have to show something too. At the time, I had the engraver as a new machine in a shop, and there was no content on engravers on YouTube. And that was basically my start.
When was that? When were your first uploads?
2007, I guess. No, wait. 2005. Yeah, 2007 around, I think.
Wow, that's early, huh? That's because YouTube had only just started around that time, didn't it? Wow. Yep. Yeah, I guess for me, it started because I needed to make a video to ask a question on the Linux CNC forum.
Oh, right.
Of just some detail that was something not working on the Maho. And then, I guess I started watching, obviously, This Old Tony. And
Sure.
in combination with My Food Boy. And I figured, wait a minute, My Food Boy never shows his face, never talks. He's totally anonymous, because I didn't want him to be seen or anything. I just kind of thought I like showing projects on the forums and stuff, and kind of grew from there. Yeah.
Same for me. I always showed projects on forums, like with photos and text, and it kind of grew in. And I still do that. If the German viewers look in the Zerspannungsbude forum, where I post more or less depending on my mood.
I've always found that the engineering community is just a nice place to be. The comment sections, at least on my channel and on your channel, people are polite, people are helpful, people are friendly. I really like that. And
the English talking engineering community on YouTube is top notch.
Yeah. I also think that Spannungsbude is fantastic. And these days with machine translation, I'd recommend everybody to start reading this stuff. There's fantastic knowledge in there.
I used
Great
to
projects.
I used to read a lot on Practical Machinist for all the memes about it being a horrible place. There are great people on there.
Yep.
And there is a lot of old knowledge also to be found if you go through the archives.
Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff. It's funny. My most viewed video was a review of a Chinese ultrasonic cleaner. It was like a fill-in, I film everything. I bought this thing. I start using it. Had a gap of 1 week, so I said, I got some footage. I'll throw. There's a zillion videos on this. And I consider it a crap video, and it's like my most successful.
Yeah, but it's a very approachable piece of equipment.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, people can clean their glasses with it, and it's not so out there like a lot of our stuff. Yeah, I see that your most viewed video is your scraping basics, which is a lot more, on our lane. Huh?
Yes, it's at the time when I did the video, there was not too much scraping content on YouTube, apart from Müller Nix videos.
Yep.
And, I should do a part 3 of it at some point. But, time is a problem.
Yeah, sure. What, of your videos, which one do you think is actually the best video? Not the most viewed, but the one that for you is like, is there one that really sticks out?
Yes. Last year I made some BNC style connectors.
Oh yeah.
From like solid stock. It was a short prototype run, and I really was very happy with the video quality itself, with the shots I got. I tried to get really fancy with depth of field with the camera and things like that. And I was really proud of the video itself.
Well, there we go, everybody. That's the one we need to go and push again.
And it didn't perform. Well, it performed okay, very, very okay, but not brilliantly.
No. We always have that. You think this one's got to work. Like it's a approachable topic. I've got a good clear thumbnail, and
yeah, for me it's those projects that tickle my. I'm not autistic, but I always say it tickles my autism.
Yeah.
But nobody else is really too much into it, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's such a niche and specialty thing then.
I mean, we're very lucky to be in this niche of the internet. I just, over time, I came to appreciate more and more the people, the comments section. You see the same names pop up. You have a bit of a chat sort of over months and stuff, and it's just nice. Yeah.
I also see in the chat there always names that I already know.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm reading the chat. I have an eye on it.
Yep.
And also copying some questions for later.
Oh, that's perfect. Great. Once you get a bit of an audience, we start getting bombarded with advertisers, right? There's actually there's a camera review guy, Gerald Dunn, who did a cool video on this of just the most completely random, like non-appropriate, like come and market our vacuum cleaner sort of thing.
It's completely unhinged.
Yeah.
Sometimes I reply to them if they even have watched my videos, and how they think it would be a match for my channel. Even like height adjustable desks.
Oh yeah,
that's not really flexi.
Yeah.
We all know the company.
I mean, I even made a height adjustable GS video for myself. So I guess I was a bit of a victim for them, but I just ignore all of those. Yeah, I mean, you must also get bombarded by the Asian CNC print shops, PCB shops, all those sorts.
Machining on demand. Yes.
Yeah. You've really noticed how they've expanded. They started off with their PCBs, and now they went to 3D printing, and now a lot of CNC capability.
Yeah. Which I find funny, because why would I advertise for a company that's trying to take away business from me?
Yeah, exactly.
I might be stupid, but not that stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, this is not commercial for me, but I also think, if I just ask them to make all my parts, what are my machines for? Yeah. It would make my own hobby like pointless. I'm trying to make these bits myself. Yeah. But yeah. What else? I mean, your profile as manufacturing excellence, like your videos show really high quality work. I would have assumed that's a lot more attractive for high-end tool manufacturers. Do you get contacted by them much?
A little bit. Like people trying to offer me discounts on tooling or things like that. I usually do not go into those. I like to just. It's for my business, so I pay for it and I use it, and then I can talk about it however I want. Even if I say, "Oh, this is I got this for free, but this is my honest opinion," you always get a little bit of a bias because you want to please the other person.
I mean, I've only done 3. I took the welder from Arc Captain. I mean, they must have seen videos of me welding, right? It's like, I'm very enthusiastic. It's a very good machine for me, but am I the right guy to showcase your machine? The Bamboo Labs printer, I mean, it was such a step up from my homemade machine. I'm just thrilled with it. And I've also now made the move to on shape because I was just hitting the
Oh, right,
wall
you have a deal with them
FreeCAD.
too.
There's no deal other than they've just given me access to the software.
Oh, yeah. Well,
But that's that's expensive software, and yeah, and that was also a software that I'd used before and liked using. Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of YouTubers like hawking just anything, food substitutes,
supplements.
and I don't know. That's not my.
Online games.
Yeah.
Crypto scams.
Yeah, really. I mean, you must also get though a lot of scams now. I'm
Oh, it's
noticing.
horrendous.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like, your YouTube video's been flagged for such and such. Click here to release it, and it's all just scamming. Yeah,
And
get a lot of that.
I get a very weird RFQ scam.
Oh, okay.
Hijacked accounts sending me RFQs
Yep.
with a tar file
Right.
that
Yeah.
I'm for sure not opening.
Yeah, I guess because you are a commercial shop, you'd be constantly getting RFQs, but you got to really filter the safe ones. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What dream machine do you not yet have in your shop?
A jig grinder.
A jig grinder. Okay.
Yes. That would be my absolute. I would like to have one. Or better, a combination jig borer, jig grinder. Deckel used to make one that you could switch heads to a jig grinder then. That would be a
These
brilliant
things are normally big as a house, right?
the large, like the Zip Hauser, yes.
Yeah. But there are some smaller ones?
Yes, Deckel made one that's like a tool room machine.
Okay. I guess
A
very
square meter.
okay. Yeah. That's
1.5
that's a fair
tons.
bit of floor space in your shed, huh?
I have no space left.
If one of them came up in great condition,
Yes.
would you build an extension?
I would throw out the bench.
Okay. Yep.
I would make it happen somehow.
Yeah. I guess those are very rare machines. They were never that common.
There are many of the Deckel LK jig borers, jig grinders around,
Okay.
and usually, well, most of them look like trash because
Really?
they have been used. They
I
were
would have thought this is the machine for the most precise tool makers, the one that they would look after.
Yes, but then they got obsolete, and then they just sit in the corner and maybe get used to drill a rusty angle iron.
Yeah. That's pretty brutal, huh? Yeah. Hey, do you have any recommendations for all our viewers of any new sort of up and coming channels that have caught your eye?
So, to be honest, I don't watch too much machining content anymore. I watch. I recently started watching Alexander the OK.
Okay.
He does very nerdy tech videos like a tri-propellant rocket engine, or or a video about the Russian space station that had an autocannon mounted to it, or very random but super interesting videos.
Yeah.
That's more on my mind in recent times. I don't watch too much YouTube anymore in general.
Yeah. It's a time thing, huh?
Yes. At this point in time, I prefer to go outside and just have a long walk.
Yeah. Yeah, in the last week I've fallen into watching Itchy Boots. This is a Dutch woman on a motorbike who this week is riding her motorbike through Afghanistan.
Okay.
And it's actually really cool to actually see what does Afghanistan look like from the perspective of just a normal tourist, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's what I watched this week.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, what have we got in the Q&A there?
Quite a few. Well, there are some that are directly directed at me,
Yep.
and some, well, oh, there is one. Mark, did you know that Stefan took a holiday in New Zealand?
Yes, I did. We actually did a live stream yesterday. Just as a backstory, I went up and picked up the Rotary table near Nuremberg, and when I posted the video, Stefan just put a comment that I should have dropped in for a coffee. So fast forward, I was actually supposed to be working in Bavaria today and tomorrow, and that's why I arranged to go and have that coffee, and feature creep going for a coffee became let's have a live stream together. And literally just after we set it up, my business trip got cancelled. So that's where we switched to doing it as a remote call. So Stefan and I haven't actually met each other before in person, but we had a practice live stream yesterday, and we had a bit of a chat about this New Zealand trip then. Yeah.
So yeah, I was like a month in New Zealand with a very good friend, and we were just driving around, and the landscape just got nicer each day.
Yeah, it's pretty varied.
Yes, it's really brilliant. We went up Mount Egmont.
Oh yeah. Did you climb to the peak?
All the way up.
Okay, that's our most dangerous mountain.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Because it's like right on the west coast, it gets very fast changes in weather, and with the being a cone volcano, you know it, the rock slide is just all. You can easily
felt dangerous at times.
Yeah.
And
it's not
I
the
was
highest.
about to give up at one point.
Yeah.
She made fun of me, then we went on.
I'm glad you had a good time there.
Oh, brilliant. So let's see for the questions. Oh, there is a very, very important question. Which lint-free rags would you recommend for cleaning machines? That's a Kai 321 question.
What is? I don't have any idea.
Really?
Yeah, no.
You don't have any rag preferences?
I just have all the old bed sheets, and I just rip them up and make rags out of them.
That's funny, because that's my choice too. Old, Baumwolle. What's that?
Yep.
Cotton.
Cotton. Yep.
Old cotton sheets, old cotton T-shirts ripped down.
Okay.
And
washed a million times.
Yes, they're very lint-free, and they have a good capacity for picking up things.
Yep.
And paper towels, usually.
Sure. Yep. Yeah.
Usually home grade or kitchen towels.
Yep.
So that would be my choice.
Okay.
Kai had another question. How do you? Oh, that's for both of us, because you do long projects. How do you stay focused on projects for a long time and not getting distracted by other things you need to do?
Start a YouTube channel. I was the worst at leaving a trail of unfinished projects behind me until I started the YouTube channel. And I spent a whole year like doing a stupid scraping in of a mini lathe, the Maho, the Schaublin. I did go down I started my motorbike engine project a little bit too early. Mm-hmm. I should have got more of these finished before I started it. So I'm actually taking a pause because I need a lot of these tools to make progress on that. But I've found YouTube to really help me finish projects. What about you, Stefan?
Well, I just get rid of long-term projects. Or I never finish them, like my CNC mill. I have the problem, once the project is in a working condition, I just use them productively, and then I just never finish them. YouTube has been good to hold me accountable, but unfortunately, things like the D-bit grinder modifications that I did, it was just not sustainable from a to balance the time I have to put into it. So I just got rid of it.
Yeah, being self-employed, time is just way more valuable, isn't it? Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, my time, this is just hobby, so yeah.
How many hours do you get per week in the shop, roughly?
I guess a good week, maybe 20. My kids have grown and left home. My wife works a lot. So most nights I get down here, and often Saturday morning. And then normally I edit every Saturday afternoon through till, I normally edit for about 10 hours or so to try and have a video ready by Sunday. So.
Oh yeah, but you don't edit in the shop, I guess.
No. Normally I'm finished filming by about lunchtime Saturday. And the worst thing is, I tell you, the Maho works perfectly except on Friday nights. You got that. It sort of builds up, and on Friday I need to do this, and this. You turn the thing on, doesn't want to start. Always a Friday. Yeah.
Well, I saw the crash in the boring bar video and as well.
Yeah. That I'm still not sure on this, because I crashed the table a couple of years ago, and that's when Peter taught me to add into the post-processor a stop 50 millimeters above the work with an M1 conditional stop. So I do that, use like a 25, 50, 70 to check, am I in the right height? And I thought, I didn't check it with the block, but I eyeballed it, and it started above the work. So either when I set the tool length offsets, I set the number but didn't save. But I know I checked all of those twice because I know I screwed up one of them. So and the other thing I had was, sometime that evening, one of those toolpaths finished, but the computer locked up. As in, Linux CNC kept running and finished the program cleanly, but the user interface had locked up on it. So I assumed that it was the real-time core had just done its thing. But so I'm not clear. It's most likely my screw up. But I do now have some doubts about the stability of the motherboard in the Maho. Yeah.
Oh, hope you work it out.
Yeah, me too.
That brings us to John's question. John Ludwig. Opinions on CNC controller software. He uses Linux CNC, finds it pretty painful, and thinks of switching over to a dedicated controller hardware. So you're a Linux CNC guy, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Linux CNC is far more powerful than like Mach 3 and stuff, far more capable, and that capability comes with complexity. I'm not Linux native. I've really struggled like every step of the way on this. The guys on the Linux forum are fantastic. Like there's so much really good knowledge and stuff. Obviously, they expect you to use your brains. Like you can't just go in and say, "Tell me how to do it." You have to come up with, "This is what I've done. This is this is where I'm stuck. Help me on this detail."
Yeah, they want you to do the work, but they help you.
Yeah. My only other experiences was Turbo CNC on the original mini lathe version. So yeah, I can't speak. You've got the experience on commercial Siemens and stuff. Yeah.
With mostly Heidenhain.
Yep.
I did a little bit of Heidenhain. The Datron controller is what I use most.
Yep.
And my own mill runs with Edding CNC.
Okay. Yep.
which is it comes with hardware that it connects up to Ethernet,
Yep.
and it's rock solid, but it lacks a really good look ahead. So if you do very fast or try to do fast
Right.
3D machining, it gets stuttery.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, those are the things. Like, I remember when I converted the Mahu, there was a guy, Millicron, who was the forum administrator for Deckel Mahu and that on
Yes.
Practical Machinist, and he had a very strong opinion of like, don't touch Deckel and Mahu CNC machines. These projects always get ruined. They're half finished. And to be honest, the Mahu is the project I'm by far the most proud of. When I started that, I had very little knowledge of Linux CNC, very little knowledge of anything. I didn't even know how to read a schematic properly. Really. And obviously I got very lucky with this one friend who was a professional coder who coded the gearbox control module. So I took a machine that was only 2.5D capable, and now it's 3D with look ahead. So yeah.
Did your Mahu have 3 servos, or was it a one motor machine?
No, mine was not like Tony's. By the way, I just read Tony just dropped a video on us.
That's a problem.
No, mine was a standard 3 servo machine. So I never touched basically anything on the electrical side. I just removed the Philips brain and added the Linux CNC. I'm controlling the original Indramat. I'm reading out the original Heidenhain scales. Yep.
And you didn't touch, for example, the e-stop chain?
Nope.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's still a purely mechanical e-stop, and it just feeds its e-stop into Linux CNC. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. But you mentioned the punch grinder. So Obsessive Crafted Designs asked which manufacturer it is. Yep. So it's probably a Gintech.
Yep.
Somebody removed the tag. I got it secondhand on eBay for an obscene low price.
Oh wow, cool.
And
I was looking at the punch grinders. It's amazing how many of them have had their nameplates removed.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I have no clue why. Yeah. But yeah, that's the used equipment funnel.
What else we got in here?
We got another question for Stefan. Well, that's do you miss your tool and cutter grinder? I would have loved to see more content about tool grinding. Well, no, I don't miss the tool and cutter grinder because I do all my tool grinding on the surface grinder and now back on the D-bit grinder too. The surface grinder is just it gives me more machine on a smaller footprint than the tool and cutter grinder.
Yep.
I guess that's with your, you have a
Clarkson.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a little bit of a limited machine.
Oh yeah. It's probably a good match to me. But it's, like it's just got a straight shaft, so there's no cone centering the wheels and stuff. So wheels are never balanced; they're never running round.
Also, you have always to dress them completely if possible.
Yeah. And of course with diamond wheels, I do actually have a Precisa spindle, and I'm considering just switching it on there because basically it's just it's just a straight parallel shank that you just throw whatever on. It's a flexible machine, but anything you do takes at least half an hour to set up. Yeah,
I found that with all tool and cutter grinders, to be honest.
yeah,
The surface grinder with the magnetic chuck is so quick to just stack
yeah,
things on top of each other.
yeah,
I learned that from Robin.
yeah.
Watching Robin just stacking things on top of the magnet and grind away.
Yeah, I actually bought the Klaxon from France.
Ah,
It's probably the only machine he's ever sold. I got him on a weak moment. But yeah,
I met him a few weeks ago.
yeah, oh, that's great. You'll have to come out to Eastern Austria sometime, and we'll take you out to. He's got an amazing collection of machines. Yeah,
Yeah, he invited me out, but it's a far drive.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's almost Hungary.
yep. Yeah, no, for me, the Klaxon's a fun tool. I really should also re-scrape it in. It's it's pretty heavily worn on the ways because these things have no form of way cover, no form of central lubrication or anything. So it's yeah,
I think they were almost made like a throwaway machine. I think Clarkson made them for in-house use first,
yep.
and just wear them down and get them.
Melt them back and make the next one. Yeah, yeah. As I enjoy it, but it's certainly not the level of precision that you use and you need for your stuff. At least not at the moment. You definitely want a spindle replacement and re-scrape it. Yeah, and more accessories. What else we got in there?
We have Josef asked, which car do you drive?
Me?
That's a random question.
Yeah. I got a 2013 Audi A4 station wagon. And you?
I drive a Fiat.
Okay.
I have a Fiat 500 L.
Okay. My dad dragged home one of the original Fiat 500s in the 1970s.
Oh wow!
And my mum, of course, went freaked out at him. Just like, what are we going to do with this? We got 3 kids.
But they're cool cars.
Yeah.
Why do we have a crack addicted monkey in the chat? That's his nickname.
Okay. I got a question here from Bento Box. Mark, do you still like those Starrett tap wrenches I sent you? Hell yeah. Those are, I mean, most of my tools, I throw the boxes away. Not those 2 Starretts. Those are art, you should see them in most videos. I broke a tap this week using the Tapmatic, but all the hand tapping I do with those Starrett tapping. Yeah, thank you very, very much. They're fantastic. Yep. A question from Louis S. What is your favorite project you've worked on, Stefan?
I need a second.
I'll jump in. As I say, the one that I've completed that I'm most proud of is definitely the Maho. That was a real stretch for me, and to actually then get it to work as it does, I'm really, really happy and proud of that. And now that motorbike engine project that I've just put it on hold for now, I'm learning an amazing amount. It's really pushing my skills. I'm currently at 0 real finished usable parts because we also found some better pictures which show that these pistons are also wrong.
Oh no. Oh no. So I might have two favorite. One is professional.
Yep.
It was just professional. It was one of the machines that we built that did assembly, inline inspection, and just a finished assembly fell out the other side. And that machine really pushed me from because it was my project, so
Yep.
I had to do
Yep.
all the organization too, and not only bolt things together. You had to deal with the with getting the parts machined. You had to deal with all the catalog items being ordered on time and showing up.
Yep.
You had to deal with the engineering and the problems with the engineering. Even if the machine is designed in 3D and CAD, there was always intersecting
Yeah.
parts that, like an MC Escher drawing, that things would just not work out in reality.
Yep.
And for my for my own shop, unfortunately, that's my favorite project is one that I cannot show.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's a series of parts that I make that make semiconductor production possible.
Right. Yep.
That's, I think, as far as I can go public.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's fantastic. There's a lot of incredibly high-end, high-value machining and going on in Bavaria, isn't there?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
even worldwide, there is a lot of stuff supporting high-tech industry coming out of, made by a guy in a shed.
Yep. Yep. It is quite surprising, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes,
but I
it
guess
is.
one of these, once these big vendors know they have the reliable guy who will deliver with that quality, they won't let go of you, will they?
And is flexible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And will talk to a sciencey guy or an engineering guy, and not just be grumpy.
What else we got in here?
Martin asked, what is your guys' opinion on tapping machines, like the tapping arms?
Yep.
Would you like one? And do you think it's DIYable?
Well, I was given one. It's just over here. It's pretty large and pneumatic. And
it's a spindle, yeah.
Yeah, and at the moment, I've got no use case. So it's cool, but I've got no use case for it. To me, it's one of those things for more volume production, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not a real big fan of them for what I do. I think a drill press with a tapping head, or even just a foot switch to reverse the spindle on command, is, for small part work, superior to the tapping arms, and more utility.
Yeah.
Because it can also drill holes.
Yeah. I guess that's, especially here in Europe, no one's got, well, only people who come from farms have got massive space.
Yes.
All the rest of us are in limited space, very limited space. I mean, my machine shop literally used to be a bench on the balcony,
Yes.
3 floors up in downtown Vienna. You know, it's, hey, and my only tool was the mini lathe. So the mini lathe was the mill, the drill press, the grinder. It was it, you know.
And you already had a website back then that I knew.
Oh, true, yeah.
So, but as for the DIY question, I think those are very, very approachable for a hobbyist. The parallelogram mechanic doesn't look too complicated.
Yep.
Famous last words.
What else we got there? How is work on the flux capacitor going? Asks you.
That's funny because some people never picked really up that it's basically a joke for me.
This is your catch-all for the I'm not allowed to name this.
Yes, it's just a name for parts that I cannot tell what it is, but the customer allowed to show me. But Doc Brown is going back in time really soon.
Kai 321. Which stones would you recommend for honing machine surfaces, like just taking off high pots, coarse fine, ultra fine? And do you have a brand recommendation for Germany?
Oh yes, the Stefan Gotteswinter precision bench stones, of course.
Yep.
No, I'm just joking. Well, I make
Well,
them.
not really.
I
You
sell
make them. Good on you.
Yes.
Yep.
But any half decent flat India stone or aluminum oxide stone will do. If you have a lot of money, a ruby stone is nice to have around. We call them Degusit stones here.
Yep.
That's a brand name. But if you look for ruby stones, those are very, very hard, and they are completely free of wear. They stay flat.
Yep.
But they're very expensive.
With your ground India stones, as long as you keep like randomly, they should stay flat, right? Or do you
yes, they absolutely stay flat.
Yeah. Just keep rubbing them in, and not in the same combination. Always.
No,
switch.
that doesn't matter.
Okay, I would have thought you'd need the 3 stone.
No. Because they are
Because they start flat.
Since they are flat and you rub them together, it's just like rubbing two gauge blocks to each other or 2 pieces of glass.
Yep.
And no, unfortunately, UK, sorry, Brexit. That's a shipping, customs, and invoicing semi-nightmare.
It's a shame, huh? Although, to be fair, one of my pet complaints is the number of German companies who will not ship to Austria. It's like, we're in a customs union. Why not?
Austria is simple.
Yeah, but you've got a lot of companies, or even used parts, on Kleinanzeiger, Versand nur in Deutschland, will only deliver in Germany. I'm thinking, I send you the money, you don't post it until you got the money. What's your risk? Just throw it in a thing and send it to Vienna. Nope.
That's true.
We do get that, yeah. What else we got? Questions.
Are there any decal accessories that you want but can't justify? Well, I want all of them, of course. It's like I think like collecting Pokemons.
Yeah.
You want to catch them all,
Yep.
but I can't justify any of them. I have everything that I need for the machine.
Yep.
It's
until that one shows up in the classified ads that you also need.
That's always a problem. Yes, I'm looking for the right. There is a right angle head attachment that reaches down and has a small spindle on the end. Yeah. If I see one that's cheap, I might get it, but I don't need it.
Yeah. Hey, for high-speed spindles, what are your thoughts of those planetary gearbox speed increases for an SK40?
What? I can't hear you. They are so loud.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because I hear they're pretty maintenance intensive and easily damaged. And
I think they need to be torn down every few hundred hours, if I remember correctly. As far as I know, they are loud. They add a lot of stack up.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in owning one.
Yeah, I would like a faster spindle, but I'm also thinking it's probably just easiest to bolt the VFD spindle on the side of the thing, and
I think that's the clever solution.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we didn't catch, Shan? Otherwise, I think we're coming to an end, huh?
There is one question that's a question. I'm building a synth. A question for both of you. Can you do a quick superficial comparison between Stefan's Weiler lathe, Mark's lathe, I guess the Schaubling,
Yeah.
And Marius Hornberger's new lathe.
I'm not sure what lathe that is.
That's a large a Knut tool room lathe with like
Oh,
400 millimeter
right.
maximum diameter. I don't think you can compare them at all.
Not really, no. I
Yours
mean,
is a high precision, hard turning CNC lathe.
yeah, with very limited travels. It's very, it's not really a tool room lathe or anything, although I abuse it as one. Yeah.
The Weiler is a very, very simple machine.
Yeah.
There is nothing on it that can break. It's all mechanical with one motor.
Yeah.
And Mario's lathe is just a very big engine lathe that you would find in every maintenance or machine shop.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I would definitely buy this again, simply because the precision per dollar is just
It's amazing.
unbeatable. Yeah, if to get this as a manual 125C, the price was probably even up to 10x, at least 5x the cost.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah,
and it's built like a tank.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, beautifully made. Yeah. What's my timescale for the radial engine? I think I talked about that in the first video. I said it'll take it a bit longer than a year. So here we are in October of the first year, and I've produced scrap. So,
Well, it's test parts.
yeah, don't hold your breath. I'm taking a break from it. I'm going to get these things done because they're going to help me with some of the production parts. I guess probably in spring I'll get back to it, maybe a bit earlier, not quite sure. But yeah, don't hold your breath.
What about one last question?
Yep.
There is Kai asked. He asked several times. That's why I'm picking it up. Recommendations on getting a microscope on the used market or new? Do you have a microscope?
No, I don't have one. Nope. No.
Oh no.
I literally sometimes stack a second pair of reading glasses to get closer.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think the M scope or similar, those are import microscopes, optical microscopes, are great
Okay.
and well worth the money.
Yeah.
So used market is great. There are many old Soviet microscopes
Okay.
that show up on the used market, I have a Leica microscope here that a friend gave to me, but that's like a 6,000 euro microscope if I had to buy it. I wouldn't own this.
Yeah. That's a nice friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He had a box full of them.
Well, as you do, right?
Yes. So yeah, I think just a import microscope is doing very well. I'm not a big fan of the video microscopes.
Yeah, I tend to, if I need more magnification, I actually tend to normally just use one of my cameras with a macro lens.
Oh, really?
And because I always have a 7-inch monitor on it, so that also gives me quite good close-ups. But I'm not doing measurements under micrometry like you're doing.
Well, those are the measuring microscope is a different beast again.
Yeah.
Same friend that got that microscope to me. It's weird.
Yep. Okay, well, I think it's probably time to wrap things up. Big thank you, Stefan.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for inviting me for a coffee. There's a saying in Austria, you give someone your hand, but then afterwards you've got to count your fingers. No, it's been great. Thanks very much.
No, that was really fun.
Yep, that was cool. And also big thanks to everybody who sat through this, for participated. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So, I guess Okay. Oh,